Nice. There we go. Now we're on. We're in the air. Live in the air.
We're live.
Live from
From the
across the
Midwest.
state. Yeah, the Midwest.
It's the
Friday night.
We're getting sued for that one.
We're
getting sued.
You can't get sued. They don't have a copyright on Friday Night Live.
Well, not Friday night, but maybe our delivery. That hurts.
Oh yeah, there's Cleveland. It's right in there.
Yeah, Cleveland rocks. I'm telling you.
Cleveland rocks.
Hey, you could figure out where in New York it's gonna be, and then go stay in that place where the Jewish tunnels were dug. I'll bet you it'll be cheap to stay there now.
Okay, that's is that crossing the line?
What? It's in the news. It's topic we're talking about.
Wait,
Yeah.
Are you saying I can stay in the tunnels?
Oh, well, that would make it hard to see the eclipse, though.
Okay, would you
unless you're right under that one sewer grate that guy came out of in that video.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But you'd have to probably fight him.
Nice.
I'll bet you that's prime spot. That's probably like double or triple the price.
3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3 beds, 2 baths.
Are we doing a Relatables live?
Posted by Kevin.
Kevin sounds like he'd rip off your face and make a mask out of it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Good old Kevin.
Prepared.
You can see that. Oops.
These. Oh.
How you doing, Eric? How's everybody been?
Cool.
The 7-year-old's got a fever.
Dude, what is with everybody in your house having fevers?
Yeah, like take some vitamin C or something. I don't.
Yeah.
I am not taking anything for a little bit after my scare the other day.
You shouldn't be taking anything.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe did you get like kicked in the kidney? Did you get in a fight with like Joe Rogan or something?
Yeah, right. No, I think it was because I usually take vitamins at night. But I took them in the morning. So I took the Sambucol, whatever that stuff is, the niacinamide, zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, and vitamin D. And then like an hour later, I popped some acetaminophen, and that's
Good Lord.
I had some issues. And
if you don't kill your liver, your kidney, you're gonna rot a hole in your stomach.
Yeah, I'm doing something. So I haven't taken anything in a couple days.
You're not old enough to be dealing with that, man.
Well, the first time it happened, it was because I was stupid. And I drank 4 bottles of Dayquil, consecutive days. So
giant fucking Q.
So the first time it was me being stupid. The second time, I mean, I pop acetaminophen all the time.
But you're only supposed to take it like no more than like 4,000 milligrams daily, once like every 6 hours or whatever.
Popping it so much.
I only took 2 pills. I only took 2 Tylenol. I had a headache, and I had some small pain. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna have a long day. I got a shovel, blah blah blah. Let's just pop this and get this over with, and get it in my system. And well, I put it in my system, and that was a bad choice. So no, I don't know if it was the vitamin cocktail or the vitamin cocktail and the acetaminophen, but something didn't agree. So
nice.
And now I got this goofy thing cupping my bicep because my arm hurts.
Cupping your bicep? Wait, lift that up again?
Yeah. Have you looked at cupping therapy?
Oh, it's where they like suck you basically give yourself a hickey.
Yeah, exactly.
Cup.
Yeah, it's basically high powered suction cup. It draws the blood up to help heal.
How does that heal? I guess I'm confused how that actually works.
Your blood helps bring nutrients and everything up into it to help it heal it.
Ah, okay.
So I got one here because my shoulder's been a little mad.
3-bedroom.
Not
And
giving
then
it the
today,
attention it needs.
no, just a lot of snow removal, shoveling,
Okay.
and our big snow blower at work on Tuesday was donated last year. It's an older one, so it's not like it's
Yeah.
brand new. Big boy, one of the big, automatic, you just hold it and walk behind it and don't push. It was great.
It like launches at like 70 feet.
Yeah, exactly. It was great. It worked so great. And then it was like 1:45, and I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm wet. I'm cold. I'm gonna go take a break for a minute. I'm gonna go step inside and grab a swig of water, and just kind of veg for, I'm just gonna take 15 minutes, because I'd been out there for like 3 hours or something like that.
Right.
And I'm just taking a minute. Came back out, started back up, started going, and then I don't know, 20 feet away from where I stopped it for a break, and it transmission just didn't want to go.
Oh no. You got a
The
belt went
axle,
bad or something?
I don't know. It started smoking. The trans started smoking, so that was a little crazy. But the left wheel, the wheel and the axle started sliding, out that way. So I'm like,
Oh, that's not good.
something's jacked. So
Yeah, you have to take it apart, probably replace a couple gears or something.
yeah, exactly. When it's not doing that outside, then I'll
Yeah.
go take it apart and take a look and see how bad it is. But I could have used it today. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I picked up again, I don't know, around like 2, 3 o'clock or so. We had a little bit of a break during the like lunch hour. I went out, but it was freaking raining. So then all the shit that fell this morning that was like nice and fluffy that I waited to do because I was working,
Yeah.
like it was twice as heavy, and I was like, God damn it.
Oh yeah, it was.
I mean, I got the snowblower. The snowblower. It's. I don't have like one of those awesome snowblowers, but it worked. I mean, anything heavier, I probably would have struggled with it. But
yeah, I did 3 entrances, and I'm like, you know what? We pay a service to do this. This is too much.
yeah.
I got just a shovel. It's just me.
Now, were you guys open today? They had school?
No,
Okay.
we didn't have school. No, I was there. Our
Clean
IT guy was there. District administrators, 3 of them were there, and that was it. And daycare. So, because my 3-year-old was there. So
Nice. Yeah, we had. See, the wife, their school closed last night. We got the notice, and then I think again we got the one later for the grandson. My daughter down in Kentucky, Louisville, she was out. They had no class today either because of the big crazy rain and winds.
Oh yeah, really? Was it that bad?
Yeah, I guess they ended up like some areas of the city lost power because all their shit's above ground.
I heard a lot of people they were losing power.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people. I had a bunch of meetings scheduled today, and I mean we all pretty much work from home. There's a couple guys that go into the office, so we were open. Nobody went in, but like I had a bunch of meetings scheduled this afternoon that people canceled because like they had no power, no internet. They were just like I don't know if it's coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
I talked to one guy. It was like 1 o'clock after my meeting or after my lunch, and he's like, "Yeah, he lost power." He said it was about 7:30, and then at like 1 o'clock he was still without power, which kind of sucks. I'm like, dude, that like, and what? Sunday night to Monday, we're supposed to get like the -10, whatever the hell it is. I don't know what's it's gonna be crazy cold.
-10, -13, -17, -10.
That's enough. That's in freedom units.
Yeah, and then
you say freedom units?
Yeah, freedom units. Because we got a couple Canadian friends that watch.
amazing.
The Celsius is what, 3 times almost
I thought it was like
Fahrenheit?
you add 30 or something, and I don't know. It's
Like
There's a
30
fraction
degrees
involved.
Celsius is like 90 Fahrenheit, I think it is,
yeah. I mean,
somewhere
all
around
I
there.
know is like it's like 30 because 0 Celsius is freezing water, and ours is like 32 or whatever the hell it is. So it's like 30 degrees or something is about the range.
0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. I think it's like you take the Fahrenheit and double it and then like add 7 or something.
So it's going to be negative 10, which will be negative 23 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it's probably somewhere around there. I don't remember. I knew at one point because that was pertinent to HVAC, but
Yeah.
I don't remember. 32 degrees Celsius is 90,
Gotcha.
89.6. So yeah, I was close enough. I'd
Yep.
rather have 90 right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I well, maybe not like a 9. I could settle for like 80s. You know, like
Whatever. Anything better than the negatives. Like um, we locked our HVAC system on at school because it shuts down at night. It shuts down at like
yeah.
certain parts shut down at like
Like
4.
HVAC like cooling or is it heating too?
Heating and cooling. The heating
Okay.
and cooling shuts down. The building shuts down completely. I think completely by 10 o'clock, but it shuts down in waves, and then it starts up in waves, so we don't have a huge
Big
power surge in the morning.
yeah. Yeah, but
And
that's like
we
you can't do that when it's this cold, right? Cuz like motors and shit won't start, you know, gears and
no,
belts won't turn. I mean,
see that I'm not too worried about. It's keeping the space comfortable. Um, trying to keep it at 68 or 70 or majority of the rooms we keep around 68, 69.
yeah, I
But we have
imagine it's a lot harder when it gets down to like 0 to bring it back up to that temp, right?
yeah, that sort of, yeah. This system's weird. Me and our HVAC tech, we go back and forth all the time because usually with um like heating, cooling, whatever, it'll heat or it'll cool. It'll provide comfort. Well, how's that? That's a better one. Up into the set point. So if your set point in your room is 68, it's going to heat your room to 68. So it'll just keep pumping heat until thermostat sees 68 degrees and then it shuts off.
Yeah. Yeah.
This system cycles consistently, so
Okay.
it'll jump your supply air temperature, the discharge air, what's coming out of your vents. It'll get up to a temperature, it'll shut down,
Makes
then
sense.
it'll drop a little bit, and then it'll cycle back on and slowly ramp up. And it's just like, why? You're taxing everything so much more, and it's a goofy system. So, but we were both wrong. I had that issue with the one rooftop unit. Was that last week? Drop a little bit, and then where I was complaining about it,
Oh yeah.
and it why? We I thought it was the ignition control board. The HVAC tech, he does it full time, so his knowledge far surpasses mine.
Sure.
He's like, oh yeah, we swapped ignition control boards, which ironically the first one he swapped blew up on him.
Oh god.
So I'm like, oh okay, I'm glad you
Fried
did
the
that,
board.
not me. Because it's easier for him to get it warranted than me. Um, he swapped boards and it worked, but it was intermittent. It would turn on, but then I don't know, half the day it wouldn't turn on, so I'd have to cycle power to it.
That's
Um,
messed up.
and then we took the board that we thought was bad, put it in a different unit, and it's been working great.
Hmm.
What we ended up doing is changing out the gas regulator. So all the regulators are around 15 years old, so we've got a rash of them just not liking life. So As
Sorry,
long
trying
as we
to
make it through
adjust
this
the
week.
camera here. Sorry about that.
Oh no, yours still tells me that it's thinking, so I don't.
Really, you can't even see it. That's weird. I'm looking at the stream on my phone, and I mean, I got yours and I got mine. Dan doesn't have one, so
There we go. I'll let you see what I'm seeing.
yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, this weather is messed up, man. It's all sorts of screwy.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm once we I think once we get most of our debt paid down, like consumer debt, credit cards, try to get the cars gone, like student loan and stuff like that. I'm not too concerned about, but
Yeah,
um, I think once most of our consumer debt is gone, I think we're flying a coop
where are you gonna go? You think somewhere south?
somewhere south. I'm tired of everything being cold, and that I don't like that anymore. I'm
I
too old, 2 feet up.
I don't mind the cold though. I don't like it's not a problem for me, but like doing all this shit like when you get older, that like I watch like people my parents' age live around me, or my dad, your mom. It's like they struggle for that crap. Like someone's got to do it for them, and I don't know. It's like
Oh, that reminds me. My mother never sent me that picture. Damn it. I gotta text her.
I
Sorry.
wonder. No, that's right. I wonder what. I know. What was it? New York. They did that where they kicked the kids out of school and put the illegals up there for all the immigrants to keep them out of the weather. I wonder what the hell they're doing down in the city.
Oh, in Chicago?
Yeah, because they built some tent cities, I guess, but they didn't have like enough for everybody, and I don't know where the hell people are staying.
With the amount that you pay for CPS, I'd be surprised if they're kicking people out of schools.
I heard
With
about
the way
that
that
shit. Like I don't know what the point of that is in New York. Like what do you like? It seems like there's a weird agenda there because like it's odd to me that nobody really made an uproar about it. Like if I'm paying taxes for my kids to go to that school, and now you're telling me for like the next day, 2 days, week, whatever the hell it is, he's got to do e-learning at home, he or she, like what the hell am I paying taxes for to house illegal immigrants that, got bust here because of your beef with the Mayor Abbott or whatever the hell it is down in Texas. Like,
you're gonna tell me that New York, Chicago, LA, the cities that are getting inundated with them, you're gonna tell me they don't have some buildings that they can't.
dude,
And this will make it sound bad. They don't have some buildings that are abandoned that they can just stick them in,
all I
whether it's
all I heard for
unused
like
or
the last like 3 years of the pandemic, when that shit started and all these businesses bailed out of the fucking city, how commercial real estate is in a downturn because nobody's buying real estate. Well, then there you go. Put them in the fucking buildings because these buildings still got to have some sort of electricity, heating, or cooling. Otherwise, they're going to fall into disrepair. Some of these people, some of these companies that own these buildings, it's cheaper for them just to pay the utilities and leave the building going.
get a tax write-off.
Yeah, because then if they try and sell it, who the hell's going to buy it? Sit on it for a while. I mean, we're going through that with our building. We're having trouble trying to sell it, and I don't, who knows, like if that's even going to happen. Nobody wants to go into an office anymore. And I saw these ones downtown now. There's all these companies that were talking about right when you come out of Ogilvy Station there and you're right on the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
There's all those, corporate buildings and office space, banks and all that shit that got stuff in the financial district there along like Monroe and Jackson. They're all empty, and they've been empty for the last 3-4 years since the pandemic, right? Some guy, some firm or whatever is like, we'll buy these up and we'll turn them into residential space and make, small apartments, couple thousand square feet, and they'll probably charge you, $6,000 a month to live there.
Yeah,
because of the location, because you're a riverfront location overlooking, the financial district or some shit. I mean, I don't know. I think you're gonna you know, we've already seen it where, like, you know, a lot of these businesses are closing up. I got, you know, you got a shitload of companies around here just driving up and down the street. You see there a bunch of empty office space.
Yeah, it's no offense. You got all these buildings that are empty. Why stick them in a school?
Put somebody in there.
You know, I mean,
If you're
it's not like
if
you're
you're the
putting them in the
city,
Waldorf.
yeah, if you're the city, well, shit, come on. You want to put them in a fucking tent that you built on 10 acres of land in whatever in 26 in California down there in the city that was freaking an old metal factory that was corroded and full of all kinds of toxic chemicals. I would think if you put him
in O'Hare.
Yeah,
so,
if you put him in a
just,
freaking, you know, empty warehouse, they'd be happy. Anything with heat and, you know, cold air or heat and, you know, running water and electricity, so you can at least put them somewhere till you figure out what you're going to do with them. Well, yeah, what's the thing now? They're busting them back down to Texas?
What? It's going to be -15. No offense. Can I join them?
Dude, that was the one thing that people were saying is like all these illegals that got bust up here. Nobody told them because they were, you know, I hear all these stories, and I guess it depends who you believe and what the narrative is. But they're like, oh yeah, go to Chicago. There'll be homes. There'll be, you know, housing. You'll get food. You'll get money. You'll get a place to go. You'll get jobs. And then they come up here and the fucking guys driving a bus just drop them off at the depot and leave. Or they drop them off in, you know, Indiana and say, welcome to Chicago, and leave. You know, it's like, what the hell? These people don't know where they're going. They have no, you know, yeah, they don't know where the hell they are. And now they're on a bus out front of a, you know, police station in Chicago on the street because they got nothing, you know, nowhere to go. I get it. It's a screwy situation for everybody, but you know, they got to put their fucking, you know, fight or their little, you know, whatever the hell's going on between Pritzker and Abbott and all these people in Texas and New York and all these other places they're sending these people. The shit's just got to stop because I
lost all respect for Pritzker when, you know, he got, we're going to lock down Illinois, but then he decided to take his happy ass down the street and go, you know, on vacation.
His family home in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's down the street. I don't know where it is. I've never.
It's sure like literally, it's like right across the border. I guess they. He had like all kind of work being done on it. Him and his family was going back and forth, but he was like, "Oh no, you know, travel bans and all this crap." But it's like, why is it okay for you to do that? Yeah.
Well, because he's, you know, he's rich.
Rules guess.
For me, but not for thee.
I guess, yeah.
You know, and no offense, look at everybody that did that. You can look at Newsom. You could look at Beetlejuice. You can look at
they all did.
Was it the mayor of New York? They all did it. They all locked everybody down, and then decided to do whatever they wanted. Oh, yeah. I needed a haircut because I'm in the public eye. No, asshole, you're a leader.
Yeah,
you're supposed to
lead by example.
Lead by example. If you look like trash because we're all locked down, well, then we all look like trash because we all are locked down.
Yeah,
I shaved my head. You know, because we got locked down and I was in dire need. I was looking nice. So I cut my hair. You know, I grabbed the trimmer and I started doing it myself. You know,
well, that's a lot. You and everybody else that didn't have access to a, you know, freaking stylist.
And then then I had fun with this, and then I had fun with the beard. Like I did the little Fu Manchu. I had like I was having fun with it.
You did a little Hitler stash.
No, didn't do that.
Nice.
But yeah, I was having fun with it. But you know, yeah, he's him and his. Well, then you should pay for this. Well, wait. You want to send these people back to Texas? Why don't you pay?
I mean,
for those people to live down there. Then if you want him to pay for people to live up here, but you want to send them back, so why don't you take your own advice and pay for the people to live down there? Dumbass.
Yeah, and then, you know, the problem is like, so I don't live in Crook County, but they're the ones footing the bill for all this shit, the taxpayers, and that's unfortunate. You know, somebody's making money off of this. The bus company, you know, the buddies that are all doing the security details, riding the bus back and forth and getting paid, you know, $1,000 a day. basically sit on your ass on a fucking bus and watch illegal immigrants. Like, okay, whatever. But
take a nap.
But where's that money coming from? Like, okay, the government's giving them funding, the state's giving them money probably, but ultimately it's coming out of those taxpayers that live in those areas.
I asked this in our chat, and obviously we don't know. So, but my question is it cheaper to house them all, feed them all, give them lives, so to speak,
Right.
to keep them there, to not hurt the infrastructure, and to make them productive members of the Texas,
Yeah.
Was it cheaper to keep them there or cheaper to bust them elsewhere?
Well,
I would think it might be cheaper to ship
so
them and make them someone else's problem.
so this
Maybe?
really started, I think they said it started like kind of around the pandemic. Just because a lot of those places south of the border were really either they had no control and shit was out of hand, or like they were really strict with their lockdowns and like, basically locking everybody, up basically, and saying like, hey, you can't do this shit, whatever. So people started coming here. But like, and I get what Abbott says down there in Texas, and probably the same thing from Arizona and California. They've always dealt with this. There's always people coming across the border. It's just that recently they're seeing more. And it's gotten to the point when you're talking like tens of thousands of days, a day that are coming in. Like you cannot handle that. That's not you're not capable. Whether you've got enough manpower, you have a lack of money. There's just too much going on to deal with that. And like I get it, like you maybe get a couple hundred people a week, 10 years ago. Yeah, it's cheaper for them to probably keep those people, house them somewhere, have temporary housing, figure it out. But now that you've got 10,000 people coming in, you don't have enough space for them. They're running free because you can't keep track of them. Say it's like 100 people coming across the border. It's easy to keep an eye on them and track them and funnel them into a place and do processing, whatever you got to do, background checks, all that shit. When you got 10,000 people coming across the border and what, 6, 7, a dozen guys, maybe, border patrol dealing with it, they can't watch everybody. So people slip through the cracks. Criminals are sneaking in, drug runners are coming in, freaking, human trafficking, they're coming in. And
just so air tags into everyone's ass when they come across the border.
it's and that's the thing is everyone's like, oh well, they catch these people. Yeah,
it's a joke.
Those are the ones they catch. Think of the ones that don't don't get caught. Look at prime example down the street from me. We had 3 freaking people approached within like a week in the Walmart parking lot, and 2 of the guys that they apprehended were illegals that came in in like July. But it's like, okay, if those guys are criminals and this is what they do, clearly they made it through the system down there all the way up here. They were on a bus that came in July and they've been here since then. How many more that we don't know about,
Exactly.
And I think, you and I talked about this last week, Eric. It's like, was it Dan had there, or maybe you did, the guy they got broken into in the house and they took shit and left. It was like literally like right in the middle of the day or whatever. They just an armed break-in. Robbers took shit. Geneva. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah, and it was like 3 people just busted into the house. And
granted, in this, Dan, I don't know if I sent the picture of it. Quaint little Lake Geneva, 7:45 in the morning. I think it was 3 perpetrators.
She said her door was already unlocked, right?
The door was unlocked. So, we need to give the full information that we have.
Right. So she's at fault. She is clearly at fault for that, or has some fault for that.
Yes and no. I mean, it's a small area. I mean, we shouldn't have to lock our doors, but
yeah. But this, I mean, shit. You could have. I think that went by the wayside decades ago. Like that.
I know people up here, like from here, like up in this little pass through town that still do that. They leave their doors unlocked.
I got a guy at work that lives down south in Shanahan, Illinois.
Never would have thought of that. I always
He's like I leave my door unlocked all the time. He's like I leave the fucking keys in the car. He's like nobody comes out here and messes with us. And I'm like, well, now they don't, but you know, oh, we lost Dan.
Oh, is he not? Dan, you can give us your, opinion.
I think he might have been.
We value your opinion.
He was saying he had stuff going on earlier in the week. I think so, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the kind of stuff that, you know, and that's the funny thing is like you look at that, you look at, you know, shit like what the Miami alien crap, all that stuff, the Jews digging the fucking tunnels in New York, that floating jellyfish monster thing at the army base in Afghanistan. Did you see that video? Right?
That. Yeah,
right?
I started to watch that.
Like, and that shit's like weird, but we don't like nobody bats an eye at that now. It's just become commonplace. Like they're just like, oh, tomorrow something else is going to be fucked up and happen, and we'll focus on that for the next 2 days. Like it doesn't even faze us anymore.
Exactly. Our attention spans are that of a goldfish, which goldfish have like a 2-second attention.
We've gotten to the point where the crazy shit is the norm. You know, people breaking into your fucking houses, homeless people getting bust up from freaking Texas, you know, to live on the doorstep. Like, I mean, that doesn't even, nobody thinks about that crap anymore. It's just like, yeah, whatever, that's the way it is. They're just accepting it.
You know what, Trump, if your people are watching, this is not an admission for I support one or the other. This is a Trump. You want to, get some people on your side, and I mean,
well, Trump or Biden, whoever does it, I don't care.
You hear so many things that
somebody's got to take care of shit.
Has been, wonderful things, but then he opens his mouth sometimes and needs to shut up. So needs to take Twitter away from him, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, but if it, I mean, not necessarily like, but like you said, not even necessarily Trump. I mean, it could be the Biden administration, could be Pritzker, could be the guy out in fucking Texas, you know, wants to have a change of heart. It's an election year for all these fucking people. Somebody, look at
Trump and his people.
Look at all these, but don't matter.
Illegal.
But I mean, it doesn't matter because Biden's got contacts. I'm sure he could figure it out. Fucking Governor Abbott's got. It doesn't matter. Somebody's got fucking. They know. You know. Look at what's his name down in the city. You know, everyone praises how he's such a great mayor now because he took over for what's her face, but then he's letting this shit happen. It's like, well, hey, you want to save face, like you said, take one of those fucking empty warehouses out there and put people in it. Don't try and build something.
Open up Trump Tower. He needs to open up Trump Tower and let some of those people stay in there.
Doesn't matter who does it. I mean, you pick sides, whatever. You know, fuck. You could have what's his name, Vikram. You know, the fucking guy wants to be president. He's a pharma bro. He's got tons of money. Let him go pay to put these people up. That would probably go miles for his campaign. Any of these guys can do that shit. You know, I mean, that's the thing is like, I'm surprised somebody hasn't done that yet. You know, they take advantage of these.
If the Donald does that, you heard it here first, folks. If he does that, or if any of the other candidates.
Anybody who does that's not uncommon though. People take advantage of, you know, look at people who take advantage of fucking, you know, Hurricane Katrina or a tornado or an earthquake.
I got
first thing they do
before Katrina hit.
Yeah, but the first thing those people do is they're going to go and take advantage of that because they want to look like the good guys. Yeah, and they're like, hey, how can we leverage this to make us look good because we're going to come to the aid of the people.
If any of them do that,
it shouldn't take it getting that far though. Is the point.
And the relatables, even the prime minister, his screen is down there when I'm loading on. Even the prime minister, we need to be on your campaign. Whoever does it, we need to be on the campaign.
It shouldn't come to that. They should have done this shit, you know, months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago when they were busting them up here. And we had that first one that came in when we had that group that went to fucking Martha's Vineyard. Somebody should have started this crap then. somebody should have said, look, we're going to do something with these people. We're going to take care of them. We're going to do whatever. And then we're going to fucking close the border and not let this shit get out of hand.
It was the Martha's Vineyard. It was, yes, they're people and we want them to come in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but
then
not in my backyard.
Then they put them in their backyard and they said, wait a minute.
Nope.
And I get it. I'm all for helping people. But you ain't going to fucking come here and tell me I got to put a tent in my backyard to house these people. Especially when you don't know what kind of people they are, who they are, where they're from, what kind of ties they've got back to the motherland. I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do something and be like, hey, we're going to take care of these people, then go put them in a fucking abandoned hotel. Go put them in a warehouse that's sitting empty. I could drive through.
Abandoned hotel, what, 10 minutes from you?
I could drive through fucking Itasca, and there's 6-7 different industrial parks with empty warehouses sitting empty.
And it's fucking not like
put them in there.
It's not like the immigrants that are coming have like 5-star accommodations. Maybe they have a cot and a bed sheet or something like that to kind of give them some privacy.
So if it's any indication how little people think of these immigrants, during the pandemic, they set up 3 field hospitals in a fucking week. In a week to handle 500 people at a time if needed. And they didn't even get used. Okay, but they fucking set that shit up in a week. Okay, it's been like June when they got the first busload of people and they still don't know what the hell to do with them. Like, come on. Something that there's clearly like either they just don't care or,
Tiny Dancer compared to Beetlejuice and what was Tiny Dancer? Was Tiny Dancer the mayor of Chicago at that time? Or was it Beetlejuice still?
I think it was Beetlejuice because she's been here for a while.
I can't remember if it was Tiny Dancer or Beetlejuice. Oh God, yeah, you know what? It might have been Beetlejuice. I was gonna say Tiny Dancer is probably a better mayor than either of the two you got now, and that's not saying much. But
dude, we've had how many criminal mayors in the city of Chicago? 4 now. We've got
governors too. Don't forget
governors too. That's right.
I worked at the Abbey, and a lady came in, and I was helping her in her room, and I had my night shift supervisor. I was the assistant chief, so I was above the supervisor. Yeah. We were both taking care of an issue in this lady's room, and she started talking politics.
Yeah, and, taking care of an issue in this lady's room.
I'm
brown chicken, brown cow.
No. And we're there in a professional manner. So no offense. My personal opinion when I'm somewhere in a professional manner, if I'm on the clock, my opinion stays my opinion. I'll give you my opinion off the clock all day, every day. But, I was there professionally, and she started talking about, I think it was like the riots and stuff that were going on and everything that was going on. And she was talking about Old Man Daly, like he would have just sent the police force out in full riot gear and, just tear gas and bullets flying everywhere.
I mean,
granted, Old Man Daly was a hard ass. And
he wouldn't have put up with that shit.
The city of Chicago was safer under Al Capone.
Well, of course, because we had organized crime is basically what everyone says. And that's the reason, because they knew that if criminals, gangs, whatever, came in and did shit, you got to put up with, you got to answer to Capone. And that, when, they used to say that Capone and even the gangsters and stuff in New York, and I think Philadelphia had a really bad rap for him too.
Yeah, the outfit, yeah.
They would basically, they'd go to do a mob hit, and they'd go to, some Italian restaurant, whack a guy, whatever. They would do it in a way that there were no, civilian casualties. There was no collateral damage. It was
Try
always
not
like,
to, yeah.
it was always like, yeah, they respected the people who weren't involved
You
in
just
the
said
crimes.
you just said the magic word, respect.
Yes,
It
yes.
was
There was,
respect. It was,
as much as they were hated criminals for whatever they did and the shit they did, it really only impacted other fucking criminals and other, you know, mobs and, you know, rival gangs and all that crap. It
or
didn't
if you were like
it,
a gambler that was,
well,
behind on their
like they
kicking
used
up
that was the thing. They used to say, like, you know, okay, what, running the alcohol, running the cigarettes, running
running
the
molasses.
drugs. Like like that was their thing and that was what they did. And it only really got to be a problem then when you had guys that were either wanted to come in and be rivals or take over the turf, or even within their own organization that wanted to kind of rise to power, that started doing the, you know, oh, we're going to go to the businesses and we're going to shake them down for protection money. Like, who are you protecting them against? It's your own
Exactly.
fucking people that you're putting in there, you know, busting kneecaps and breaking windows. Like, you know, we were in a better place when they were around, only because like you said, there was a respect that, like, they didn't fuck with, you know, other stuff outside of the mob or the mafia.
I like I watch there's a Michael Francese. Uh he was a wise guy in New York. And he's got a YouTube channel, huge following. I'd love to meet this guy. He's a reformed mafia boss, capo. I don't remember what his title was, but he talks about stuff like that and the life and
Yeah,
kind of how things were. And ironically, it's kind of funny. Uh, like Joe Pistone. Do you know who Joe Pistone is?
I've heard the name. I think you've talked about him before.
Donnie Brasco. That was the FBI guys, the guy that went undercover.
Yeah,
That was his real name, and Donnie Brasco was his, alias. They were one was the mafia, the other was the FBI trying to catch him, and like
yep,
they're friends now. It's unreal. Like they're
yeah.
both retired from the life and all that. But
Well,
it's wild.
because there
I
was a
love
respect.
watching them.
There was a respect for those, for each other. They had a respect for the FBI. They had a respect for,
I
you
don't know
know,
if they respected the FBI, but
well,
Michael Francese, if your people are watching this, hey,
I'd
you
love
know,
to know. I'd love to know what that feeling was. Like, yeah, sure, you're going through all that crap and you're gonna cap a guy, whatever. But like now, I think there is, like, you talk to, you know, you look at some of these, hey, he's back.
Sorry.
So
hey,
that's,
Make room for some new people in my house.
oh no,
See what I did there?
hey yo.
This is
I think like if you talk to those guys now, Eric, there is a respect for them for what they did and for what they,
oh,
you know,
now, yeah, I think at
yeah.
that point, yeah, then no, yeah,
Well, no, because
but
yeah,
yeah,
the guy's trying to muscle into your territory and arrest you, and you're trying to make a living smuggling, you know, alcohol. You know, yeah, it makes sense. You're going to try and kill a Fed, or you're going to try and kill a rival mafia guy or a gang member, whatever. But I'm sure, like,
well,
coming out of it, when you
if
talk
you're
about
trying to kill
these,
a rival guy, you got to get an okay for that one. You can't just,
well,
especially if you're a made guy.
now probably not so much, because they just do whatever the hell they want, and that's the
I don't
problem,
know.
you know, with
If you're
not
connected
having.
and want to go off the record so that we can talk about it a little bit, please feel free, drop us a DM
We can
or
disguise your voice.
shoot me an email at
use AI.
Fireball Jones 2.0 on Instagram or something like that. I'd be interested. It's not a life that either all three of us have lived. So
I don't know that I'd ever want to. I mean, I like the life I've got now, where I got to really, you know, where my biggest fear is to worry if I go to the mall and there's fucking aliens there,
well, hold on.
or
What kind of
floating,
aliens?
or floating jellyfish monsters. That's
Hold on.
the,
We got a question. Which kind of aliens are we
well,
talking?
I either,
Little green
yes,
men,
yes,
or are we talking?
yeah,
Juan and his family.
yes. Let's put it that way.
Because no
If
offense,
that's all I got to worry about is either aliens from space or aliens from south of the border, I'm okay with that.
no offense, we know what Juan from south of the border and his family are doing. They're probably at the mall shopping, doing whatever they got to do. But the little green men, are they like a Vulcan? Are they like a Klingon? Are they Borg?
Well,
You know
if
what
you
I'm saying?
believe the people in Miami, they were what, 8 feet tall and gray misty colored aliens that
Oh, the Greys.
came and went, through different
That,
times. I don't know.
I'm gonna throw this out there. My wife's aunt threw this out there, and I brought this up, and I think we did. You did too, John. Miami was the dry run.
For Project Bluebeam.
The dry run of the holographic technology they're going to use for Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Which, that is awesome. I love a good conspiracy. I will always look at the conspiracies and.
Wait a minute.
I'll either laugh or I'll look into it.
Okay. I'm gonna really blow your fucking mind. What if all the illegal aliens are a dry run for Project Bluebeam and they're not real? The chick on the plane was right. That motherfucker wasn't real.
Oh, that would be.
We're chasing fucking holograms and put them on.
I don't know about you. I ain't. It's. Got like
it's 20 degrees outside. Yeah, I'm not chasing nobody.
It's 32 degrees and we got somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 inches of snow. I ain't chasing nobody.
Right.
I'll throw a snowball at somebody and hope they'll throw one back and we could have a snowball fight and laugh and have a good time.
Right. Yeah.
Go get tacos or something like that.
Now you're just stereotyping them. Why do you think they got to eat tacos? Because they're from somewhere south of the border.
Who cares? Tacos are great.
What if they like a good Chicago deep dish, dude?
We can get deep dish too. We can get a Chicago style dog. I haven't had a Chicago style dog in a long time. We can do that too. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll take them to Portillo's. Who the fuck doesn't know Portillo's?
We went to Portillo's the other day. Hold on. Patty Melt, close your ear.
Wait. There's a Portillo's by you?
No. We were in Arlington Heights.
Oh, okay. So you're down here. Nice.
My aunt, my mom's sister, went to the hospital Sunday. So she couldn't get out of bed. Like she was weak. Yeah, just something to do with her diabetes.
Diabetes.
Wilford
Brimley.
From what I gather, she's okay now. From what I've heard so far.
That's good.
But that's her sister, and she was worried. So I told Patty Melt, I was like, "Hey, I think we should go down there. It's my mom's down there by alone, and her sister just went to the hospital. Let's pack up.
Yeah, it's got to be rough.
Let's pack up, troop Beverly Hills, and take our happy butts down there. So, so we stopped for food. We stopped at Portillo's, and I'm like, oh yeah. What do you go to Portillo's for?
Hot dog or beef, man. You only got 2 options.
I mean, you can get burgers, which they're not half bad. You can get
chicken sandwiches are pretty good.
They got chicken fingers and stuff like that. Somebody didn't remember the menu.
Oh my god, dude! It's in their name, Portillo's hot dogs.
What do you go to Portillo's for?
Yeah, the fucking shake, the beef of the hot dog.
You get it.
Cheese fries.
Cheese fries. Yes.
Yes. You get a beef sandwich, whether it's a beef and cheddar croissant or an Italian beef dipped, baptized, dry, whatever your flavor is. You get cheese fries and a cake shake.
Yep.
That's it.
Or you go with the Chicago dog that's got the fucking salad on top.
Yes. Oh, I could go for a couple. Oh man, too bad there's like 35,000 inches of snow. I would drive right my happy butt down there.
My go-to's either the big beef with the cheese fries, and then I put the cheese on the beef, or I go with the Maxwell Street Polish. No onions.
Ooh, I haven't. The last time I had a Maxwell Street Polish, we were down on the south side. That's the last time I had a Polish.
They grill it to the point where it's like charred and it's got that snap when you bite into it. Oh man.
Ooh, combo. The beef combo.
Beef and sausage combo. Yeah, that's good.
Combo. Oh,
sausage. The sausage. You got to say it like a Chicago.
You got to have sausage. You got to have a little bourbon or whiskey.
Sausage.
With a cigar. You got to have sausage. You can only do that on Sundays when you're watching the Bears.
That's there's people who don't live in Illinois have no idea what the hell we're talking about. It's like, I mean, there's is Portillo's even anywhere else? Like, I know you can order it and ship it.
Arizona, I think.
Like, they started
Arizona.
opening in other states, right? Like recently.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, Portillo's. But yes, Washington.
Okay, that makes sense.
They have they have them in Washington now.
I mean, why not, right? Politicians got to eat.
Arizona, California, Florida. They got Portillo's in Florida.
Florida.
Peace out. Of course, Illinois. They got like 40 in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Texas. They do have some up here. Brookfield, Greenfield, Madison, and West Madison.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't know that. What they need to do, Portillo's people, or the Chipotle people, one of you two, or both of you, I don't really care. You need to put one in Lake Geneva. We have Qdoba up here. Portillo's always.
I could be okay with Qdoba, but yeah, I would go with a Chipotle.
What's that? I'd go with Chipotle up here. We're gonna do bone of beef, but we're not gonna get a Portillo's.
Are you getting the one with the ice cream place in it?
I don't know.
Because they just put that ice cream place in the bone of beef over here. They do like cakes and ice cream.
People. Come on, get your head out of your ass. This is I don't
mind
big area.
Yeah.
We ain't got shit to eat up here half the time. I mean, put a Portillo's up in this joint. And the other one is we got Qdoba. No offense.
You know what? You know what? I'm surprised you guys don't have a Culver's. That's like a fucking Wisconsin thing.
Oh, we got Culver's in Lake Geneva. We got Culver's in Delavan.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Culver's. And then we have.
That's why. It's probably why you don't have a Portillo's.
1, 2, 3, 4 Quick Trips.
Okay.
Around here, Quick Trip is like a cult. It's crazy.
It's like the Tim Hortons of Wisconsin.
Ooh, I love Tim Hortons. Oh, I love me some. Our Canadian followers, I'm jealous. You guys get Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
that's some good.
Good old Timmy's. Everybody calls it Timmy's.
Mm-hmm. That was good stuff. Yes.
Nice.
But we got 2 Qdobas up here. One in Lake Geneva, one in Delavan.
They're okay. I could deal with them.
They're the second rate Chipotle.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we want Chipotle, Mom. We have Chipotle at home. Well, Qdoba's Chipotle at home.
Yes, it's good for a quick little fix because it's 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
What is it? Wait, what's the thing? What's the thing everybody says? Oh, Qdoba is if you ordered Chipotle from Wish.
Yes. It's the Burlington Coat Factory of Chipotle.
Don't knock it, man. I buy all my coats in Burlington.
Oh, that's all right. I don't. Yeah,
that's the only place I can still find my members only jacket.
Bringing it back. Hey, it'll probably come back.
What are you talking about? It never went away.
You got all these basic white girls cruising around with their Carhartt,
their Stanley mugs. Oh yeah, Carhartt. Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, you're wearing Carhartt and Uggs and the sleeveless puffy vest in 20-degree weather.
Get up on one of those hats.
I got Carhartt stuff, but
Carhartt's okay. But like when you're like a basic white bitch who just wears her Uggs and drinks out of a fucking mason jar, you don't deserve to wear a Carhartt because you probably haven't worked a day of hard labor in your life.
I have, what is that, Bernie, Berne, the knockoff. It's just another version of Carhartt. I have that because, well, it's cheaper. It's $60, I think $65 for like a
versus
jacket.
Versus like the $300 for a pair of Carhartt pants.
And it's the same thing. So, and when I mess this jacket up, which I already have, I just go get another one if I really want to. I mean, this jacket is fine.
That's my whole argument with like, Burlington. I went and got a winter jacket, this new one this year. It's like $40. And it's like fucking, it's fine. I mean, it's not like a big puffy jacket or anything, and it keeps you warm, whatever. And the one I got like 4 years ago from Burlington is now the one I wear when I go outside and do the fucking snow. And I don't care if it gets dirty or whatever, because it's gonna go in the trash when it gets to the point where it's destroyed. So
Qdoba is to Mexican food is to what Crocs are to shoes, and I
there you
fucking
go.
hate Crocs.
Hey,
But I have a pair.
there is a huge following of Croc lovers, and I didn't realize this, but so Crocs, like the Crocs you have, those, and everybody knows those though, right? Did you know they also make non-slip for hospital, like orderlies and stuff like that? And for kitchen workers that are like grease resistant and shit like that. Like, and apparently like kitchen people love them because they're like, they don't have holes. So if you spill shit, it's not gonna like burn your feet, but they're also like non-slip and they're just easy to fucking clean because you just take them and hose them off. Throw them in the wash, whatever.
I will not wear those outside of my house. I do not want people knowing that I have idiocracy shoes.
Are you one of those guys that wears the Nike slides when he goes out? No, okay.
No, hell no. No, I'm not stupid. No, I'm not 90 yet. Maybe when I'm like, completely.
You don't have to be 90 though, dude. My neighbor does that. He wears those fucking slides all the time, and he wears socks. And I'm like, really,
if
dude?
If you wear socks with your little slides, yeah. Sorry, that's.
My daughter's got a pair that she wears, but I expect her to. Yeah.
That's a fact. Well, college, that's a whole nother story. That's.
I still like today. I did the driveway. I fucking threw on my steel-toed boots and went out there and clomped around, and I don't fucking care. I mow my lawn. I work in the yard. I put on the steel-toed boots. I got an old pair. I got the old pair of Dad New Balance fucking shoes that are all grass stained because that's the ones I use when I mow my lawn.
You get at the beginning of the year, you get a nice new pair of white New Balance, and you turn those bad boys green.
I do not mind admitting that I wear my New Balance, dude. I am a fucking old man because they are the comfortable, most like fitting shoe I've ever fucking worn, and they're cheap too.
or Skechers, yes.
Yes, Skechers and New Balance. I
actually have a pair of Sketcher like Timberlands, like the work boots.
The boots, yeah.
But they're Skechers, so they have the nice insoles. And they're great. I love those things.
I gotta say, you mentioned Timberlands. My work boots are my work boots are Timbas, and the only reason I bought them and spent all the money I did on them is because they reimbursed us the last one. I mean, I've had these things like 18 years now.
Oh yeah, hell
dude! Yeah. I've actually had them replace them for free because they give you like how the eyelets, like when you lace them up, they have those like little hooks. The hooks snapped off, and I took a picture and I wrote their email, and they're like, "Oh, here's a credit. Go to our store and just buy a new pair." And I'm like, "Fuck it, all right, whatever."
All right, cool.
And apparently, like if I don't know if there's a Timberland store around here. I haven't looked, but you could just take them in and they'll like recondition them, they'll clean them, they'll do all that shit. And I'm like, damn, like for life. I'm like, man, I might as well do that. Like, I don't mind it, but like, I don't know that I'd spend $300 on a pair of boots. Like otherwise, I got reimbursed for it for work, but like I can't see like the people that just buy them and wear them like all day long, like every day, like a fashion thing. I don't get that.
I rip through shoes too much. Like I go through boots. I like every 6 months. I rip through because I'm on my feet all day.
Yeah,
I do 15,000 steps a day at least. So I mean, so I don't. I have Under Armour boots. They're like a gym shoe boot, but they're non-slip. They're all that stuff. Yeah. So they're more tactical, but they're light. They're light and they're comfortable. So that's all.
John, did you say you got reimbursed for your boots?
Yeah, because the last place I worked at when we had the warehouses, because doing IT, we'd have to go into the warehouse. OSHA requirement was you had to either wear the clackers, you slide them over the boots, the protectors, or you had steel-toe boots. And they were like, hey, we'll reimburse you if you buy boots. Dude, I've had these boots for like 20 years. It's crazy.
I wonder if my boots have that fancy setup that you just talked to. Mine are Columbia.
They might.
do. Oh, look at you, Columbia. Man, look at you.
Yeah, I don't mess around.
So, I had a Columbia jacket, a winter coat for a while, and it ripped. Those are nice jackets. I like them, but
I had these boots for like 5 to 7 years.
Has a nice thin silhouette like Columbia jacket or something, and She got it from work, and I'm like, man, I want one of those.
Yeah.
Just because I have big puffy coats, and I don't have like a thin,
Something
warm,
to wear.
thin,
Yeah.
for like a quick. So I don't. Maybe if I'm ever at a Burlington Coat Factory, I'll take a look and see. Does root beer taste like Abraham Lincoln looks?
What?
Does root beer taste like Abraham Lincoln looks?
Like a 7-foot tall, rugged white man?
Something like that.
Like
More
somebody
like
got shot in the
sarsaparilla.
back of the
How's
head.
that? Is sarsaparilla a better way for me to say that?
Wait. Are we talking about pre or post assassination Abraham Lincoln?
Whichever.
Someone who saw a bad play. That root beer
Yeah.
tastes like I saw a bad play.
Yeah. Honey, I got a headache.
I'm gonna have to look at that one. Did you know in Japan, if you're on death row, you're not told when your execution date is? That's not a joke. That's a legit thing. I looked it up.
Really?
Some people actually created a class action lawsuit because they weren't happy with that.
Like
Any
what?
day could be, if you're on death row in Japan, any day could be your last day.
What do they just like walk you down the hall like a dead man walking type thing? Is it like
I
a green
don't know.
a green mile? They just pull you out of your cell and the rest of the cell block sings at you as the guy takes you to the executioner's chair.
It's crazy, isn't it? Did you know? I don't know if you can put this on TikTok, but do you know you can't say the word "hoe" on TikTok?
You can't say
Hoe.
sex,
H-O-E.
HOE. You can't say sex, hoe, and
So
I don't want to say suicide, but I think it's like kill or die or something. Because everybody says unalive. That's the new one. They unalived. They unalive themselves. Yeah.
But yeah, so when people say 304, like she's a 304, they're saying she's
It's
a hoe.
hoe because it's HOE. The numbers.
I didn't know that.
Flip it over. It's if you like digital numbers. 403 is hoe.
See, all these.
I heard this joke. This is going to be offensive, so I'm sorry. Genders are like the Twin Towers. There used to be two of them, and now it's a really sensitive subject.
Oh, God.
That one made me laugh. That was bad.
That's not right.
I'm sorry. Girls with thigh tattoos will probably break your heart.
Thigh tattoos. What the hell's a thigh tattoo?
Did you know this? I did not know this. I read this the other day and I thought it was bullshit, so I had to look it up. Do you know where an airplane stores its fuel?
It's in the wings, right?
Yeah, yes. In most large commercial aircraft, the fuel is stored in the wings. Some aircraft also have tanks in the center of the body or center of the fuselage. They're called center tanks.
Who'd have thought?
Wide body aircraft also have tanks in the tail or in the horizontal stabilizer, which are used to control the center of gravity of the aircraft. I did not know that's where they put fuel in a plane.
Huh. I've known that for.
I'll walk too.
I know that for like some of the other like smaller planes. I didn't know that was like larger planes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. See, we're teaching you people something.
Speaking of planes, how about that fucking door that fell off or whatever? And like at Pontakeoff, they were like 60 minutes out of their departure, and the door came off.
I'm glad nobody got sucked out of that son of a bitch. Could you imagine if I was?
Did you see the kid in that seat lost his shirt? It sucked his fucking shirt off his body.
I would have been trying to smoke every cigarette on that plane. I haven't had a cigarette since probably at least 2011.
Wow.
Probably somewhere in that neighborhood. I would have been smoking every cigarette in that plane. I would have landed. I would have bought smoke. No.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I'll send a video of the team that was supposed to be the one creating that plane or doing something with that. There's a video online of that. I'll send it to you.
Nice.
I'd like to take a moment of silence for fruit stripe gum.
What? Are they getting rid of it?
Yep. After 59 years, fruit stripe gum is being
What?
discontinued.
Why?
Well, we're only going to take a moment of silence because, well, that's how long the flavor lasts. But on the real note, don't get rid of fruit stripe gum. That stuff is amazing. I love that stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember, like growing up on that. That was like all I that and was it Double Mint with the twins? Oh man, those twins. That they made me grow up a lot sooner than I needed to when I was a kid.
Wendy Peppercorn, man.
But it wasn't actually twins, wasn't it? Just like one girl, or were they actual twins?
That might have been twins. I don't remember.
Aha.
I liked what was the yellow package? There was the green, which was the double mint, and what was the yellow?
Juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit. That's yes.
Yes.
I was a juicy fruit guy. Anybody have an opinion? Did you like there was a red package that tasted like clove, something like that.
There was clover.
Yeah, that's it.
Then there was blackjack.
Oh yeah, blackjack too. That was good.
And
That
there was another one that was like red. The cinnamon one. What the hell was it? Oh God, I can't remember. Yeah, it was like the green, the yellow, and the red. The red was cinnamon. And I
Big
wonder
Red.
Big Red. That was a Big Red. Yeah.
Tea-berry. Oh yeah, I forgot about tea-berry. Clove
Clove
Beeman.
and blackjack. Yep, Beemans and blackjack were the best.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta go to like an old time candy store. Oh, let's see. Somebody was talking. We were talking about Stanleys earlier. Stanley cups have been found to have lead in them. Did you know that?
Like the ones that everyone was rushing to buy from the Target.
Mm-hmm. They've been found to have lead.
Didn't I
And
also?
lead is
like
lead
this,
is not good.
Yeah, isn't that like
bullets?
Well,
sorry, I just joined. What's up?
They stop bullets. They're
What are we talking about?
Stanley cups are bulletproof. New TikTok challenge.
Are we talking about Quaker Oats? Oh, Stanley?
Did you see?
No,
cups?
don't go trying to test if your Stanley cup is bulletproof on TikTok, please.
Why not?
I do not endorse that.
I endorse it. I'll next time I go somewhere where I can do that, I'll test it.
Maybe your boy
Demolition Ranch.
Maybe that's what Rittenhouse is training.
Yeah. Did Kyle go buy cups from Target?
He's on Twitter, John. You should message. You should DM him. Slide into his DMs.
Slide into his DMs. See if he can come on the podcast.
No, just see if he can send a video of him throwing a Stanley Cup up in the air and shooting it.
Ask him why he had a Smith & Wesson M&P2 Sport AR.
I'm gonna get him to come on the podcast and explain himself.
Whatever.
Which part?
I don't know, just whatever. I'll be like, the forum is yours. The floor is yours, Mr. President.
So this since Stanley Cups became Stanley Cups, what they are now, on the TikToks or the Facebook, Instagrams, I don't remember. I'm sure Patty Mel will text me in a second and tell me how the Stanley Cups came to be.
I told you it started on TikTok. The lady took her car to Walmart for an oil change. The next day she went back because she smelled like burning oil and her car wasn't running right. They put it up on the lift, and I guess while they were looking at it, it caught fire and literally like burned to the ground.
Because it had lead in it.
She had a TikTok video, and in showing the cabin of the car, everything melted and burned and all that shit. And in the center console was a pink Stanley tumbler cup. And she picks it up and she rattles it, and you can hear the ice inside of it. And she's like, oh, it's still, got ice in it. Well, I guess what happened is that drove like a ton of people to go buy those Stanley tumblers for whatever reason. Stanley realized like what the hell was going on. The CEO posted a video to her and said, hey, thanks for showing how durable they are. We're going to replace the one that you lost. And they're sending her like 3 or 4 of them. and they're buying her a car. They're going to replace her car. So
actually, I just text my buddy see if he's got a place where we can take the Stanley Cups and see if they're bulletproof.
I should see if we take him to my uncle's farm and just get a 22 and plink at him.
I'll bring stuff. See if you can do it. We'll set that up.
And we can get some cups from somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can run the gamut. We can pretty much get every caliber we got.
Nice.
Guy just texted has the big boy calibers. So
fun.
But this person on what are we doing now? But this person on the Instagram was talking about how the Stanley Cups have lead. And she's like, but this copper water bottle. So anybody has any money to invest, I would say possibly invest in copper.
I mean, like, this has got forever plastic in it, so all those forever chemicals. That cup you're drinking out's probably got some kind of weird chemicals in it.
This cup has been around. The shaker cup has been around since 2013.
Shake your bon.
The amount of pre-workout that has been put in this plastic cup is probably asinine.
Nice.
What else do I have?
Eric? What's your favorite? Eric, what's your favorite childhood memory?
Oh man, I have probably a couple. I'd have to think about that for a minute.
Mine is building sandcastles with my grandfather.
Oh God!
Until my mother took the ashes away.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Speaking of, it's the 12th. 2 days ago was the 1 year anniversary of my father's passing.
No shit. Was it already a year ago?
Yeah, January 10th.
Holy crap.
So rest in peace, Pops.
This one's to you, Pop.
I got a little bit of his ashes up there behind the cross. Hold on. Behind the cross, right there is some of his ashes. So
Did you have to bury him in like separate parts of the country so he didn't come back to life? Is that why you've only got some of the ashes?
Yeah, exactly. No, my mom's got my father was not, when he passed, he was not a large man. He had already lost half of one of his legs.
That's right, yeah.
He was maybe 135 pounds, and he was like, I don't know, 5'8" maybe. So, I mean, he was not a big man. The amount of ash is unreal. I mean, the box is probably, like that tall. So it's probably like 10 inches tall and probably, I don't know, a foot long.
Wow.
And it's full of ash. And it's like, what?
That's excessive.
How big would like Biggie Smalls box would have been?
So I remember reading somewhere that they don't actually burn hot enough to burn the bone. They actually have to pulverize the bones.
Yes.
And
I watched a video on it.
And yeah, if there's any like fake hips, titanium hips, joints, gold teeth, that stuff doesn't get cremated. So like I don't know. That's a weird. I can't imagine that's like something cool that I'd want to do is like shovel people's ashes out of a crematorium.
When he passed, I watched a video on cremation because I didn't know a lot about it, and I was on YouTube, and they basically they didn't show like them, like the coroner worker or whatever pushing the body in, but they showed the heat, like the flame. They showed flames coming down, and they weren't too graphic about it, and they showed like some bone and stuff like that didn't incinerate. So they basically take you into a big KitchenAid mixer, finish grinding you up, and then put you in, whatever you're
fucking blend tech blender.
Yeah, like a big blender, like Christina would have at school, or my school would have, or
Yeah. God,
a
that's
big
crazy.
bakery. It is wild. I never even. I was. You don't think of it until you're faced with it, and it was definitely interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes you think about it, because you don't normally, you wouldn't think about that until, yeah, like you said, until you're faced with it. Because, like, I mean, they always say, like, oh, make sure you have your last wishes planned out or whatever. But it's, I don't think about that kind of crap. Like, if I get hit by a car tomorrow, I don't know what I want.
I told Patty Melt that to text everybody after my funeral. Text everybody from my phone and tell them, oh, thanks for coming.
Don't cancel your phone yet.
Don't cancel it yet. Just text everybody. Thank you for coming. Something along those lines.
That's funny.
So, let's see. I did watch something the other day that showed that there was proof that Indiana Jones is Han Solo encased in carbonite.
Like, so that was the dream he had.
Han Solo was having a dream while he was encased in carbonite, and he was dreaming that he was Indiana Jones. There were. I have to go back to my notes here. Pardon me. You see C-3PO and R2-D2 in hieroglyphics in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The plane in Raiders is called OBCPO.
Ah.
There's a club in there called Club Obi-Wan.
Oh, God.
And in Solo, the Star Wars story, you see the golden head. The little Hitachi, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
You see the head over Han Solo. And George Lucas, both of those productions are George Lucas productions. So
the
those
guy,
are Star Wars movies.
Was it the scene where in Indiana Jones, the guy with the sword goes after him and he pulls the gun out and shoots him?
Yeah, that was impromptu.
That was they said that was supposed to be, I think it's the same article. I think you maybe sent it or I saw it somewhere else. That's like a nod back to when he shoots Greedo, because that guy with the sword was actually another like assassin for one of the other treasure hunters that wanted to stop Indy from getting the treasure.
I heard
like,
that
sort of like Greedo was like another bounty hunter that wanted to get the bounty.
Yeah, I heard that they that when he's playing with the sword and all that stuff, and Han, Indiana, whatever, grabs his thing and shoots him, grabs his gun and shoots him, and that was not how it was originally supposed to go, but it was great and it fit perfect. That they felt bad for the guy with the sword because he went through all this sword play, all this sword training to just boom, 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 boom.
Get blasted in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. It just gets shot real quick. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That's awesome.
I think. Oh, Emil, heck yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing if we have a place where we can go buy a handful of Stanley Cups and see if they're bulletproof.
I could probably talk to my uncle. Although on the farm he's got I don't know, got like 60 acres. Could probably get into the back area. Anything bigger than like maybe like a 223 would probably be problematic.
Okay, so no 50 cal.
Not where they are. 60 acres may not be enough to stop that.
But yeah, maybe we could do like a 7.62. or
I'm trying to think, like, he's got, when we go there, like usually in the spring or the fall
308
to get firewood.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a small lake. It's like literally right in the middle of the property, and I'm trying to think if there's like a berm or something we could shoot up against if there's room. But the problem is you're not going to get there on a day like today. There's no way in hell.
No, and
it's yeah.
This would be, maybe like a month or two down the road or something like that.
But by then the Stanley Cups won't be a thing anymore.
Well, then we need to get on it.
We'll have to move to the net. We should see if we could take it to like GAT or one of those other ranges and be like, hey, can we go put this down on on the hang it from your clip? We'll put it on the clip and hang it out there.
Yeah. I'll talk to Mr. Trailwise and see what we can dig up.
I follow him on YouTube and he don't post nothing anymore. What's up with that?
He's been busy designing stuff. He's designing. I don't exactly remember what it is. Some sort of case.
Like like for his job?
No. Well, his main job, not his play money job. So he's trying to get rich, trying to get onto some like DoD contracts and stuff like that. So
I could see that. Everybody's got to have a dream. Mine involves Jennifer Love Hewitt, Aubrey Plaza, and a kiddie pool full of Jello.
We'll turn the AI on. We need to type that one in there.
I will do it after the podcast.
Yeah, he makes really good money in his weapon sector that he does.
I thought about taking a gunsmithing course.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of places online, and actually I saw
the Noma something.
Sonoran SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute.
That's it.
But what's Oakton? Oakton actually has one.
Oakton's got a gunsmithing class?
I was like, what the fuck?
How do you do that? Because
I have no idea.
It's a school. Do you go to like the range?
You know what it is? It's probably tied to some sort of like machining type course, but they do gunsmithing because it involves a lot of, CNC machining, stuff like that. And you'll understand like the basics and the fundamentals of, how different metals handle, different forces and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like I can't imagine they're going to get to the point where they'd actually make a weapon.
I sent you a message, by the way. It's not that hard. I mean, with what he does, like his smithing.
Yeah.
It's his stuff is primo. Like if here's top of the line, his is like boutique stuff, So I've got some of his ammo that he rolled, and that stuff's nasty. So
yeah, that's the only thing that people say is like that. Like there's a guy I know. He does the competition shooting with like the race pistols.
Yeah,
and like all the shit that they do at where the hell was it that Keanu learned?
Oh, Terran Tactical.
Yeah, basically that kind of stuff. The speed and the accuracy, and he loads his own. And he said when he first gets into it, like it's hard because, like they have computer programs and shit. You can do it on your phone to tell you how much powder to put in there. But he's like, he's like, you get some of these guys that do their own, and they'll over pack these things.
Overcharge it. Yeah, you can blow your barrel out. Yeah.
Well, that's what you look at Kentucky Ballistics. That's what happened with that 50 cal.
Oh, the slap
almost
round,
killed him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then now, have you seen he does the bits every now and then where he'll blow up weapons with hot rounds. He's got somebody that basically makes him a hot round. He calls it his spicy round, and he'll usually put a squib or plug the barrel, and he literally blows up guns to see what happens to him.
Speaking of, Mr. Trailwise was telling me that he is purchasing something, which I got to go into Kentucky Ballistics and look. He is purchasing something from Kentucky Ballistics.
Nice.
So, which I am definitely interested in trying it, but I am afraid that it'll break my wrist. So, supposedly, yeah, he's
one of those
supposed to be getting
hand cannon.
Yeah, one of the Smith and Wesson 500s.
Yeah, nice.
I was actually looking at one of those today. I told Patty Melt I should get one of those. For what? I have no idea, because it's a Smith and Wesson 500 and it's for anybody that doesn't know what a Smith and Wesson 500, it's probably the biggest pistol caliber that you can get, and it's nasty. Like, everybody that shoots it hates the damn thing. So
The wrist breaker.
I don't know why I would get one, but whatever. It is what it is. Where is it? I'm gonna send this.
Did you guys
Probably
hear?
use like 454 Casull or 500 Smith and Wesson, or something like those. Maybe for hunting, because it's a big, heavy.
What are you gonna hunt with that though? I mean, like, you're not hunting boar or pig. Deer and turkey. You don't need that shit for.
You might use that for like deer and stuff like that. Maybe elk.
Nah, you don't need.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna find elk up here? Up by
Well,
you, maybe.
Yeah, well, not up by me. Maybe a couple hours north.
Yeah.
But
223 shit. You could probably take out a deer with a 9mm if you get a decent shot. If you wanted to be quick, I would say at least a 223.
No, 223's that's pushing it. 223 is really small.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of power behind it. I mean, it goes fast, doesn't it?
Not really. It's not really a hunting round. You want to go hunting, you need something.
5.56 then.
30-06.
Yeah, I could see a 30-aught.
308. Something along those lines. 243. Valkyrie 270. You need a big projectile. You don't want a tiny, 223. Yeah, it's fast, but you probably have the animal suffer more if you put a 223. Now maybe like a headshot, but if you're getting a deer or an elk or something like that, and you're getting a buck, you might want the horns, and if you take out the head,
that's true.
So, but yeah, no, if you're taking out a deer or something like that, I'd say 30-06, 308, something like that. Big rifle round.
Right.
Hell, even my blackout, which is a
blackout's what? It's a 300 blackout.
Yeah, 300 blackout.
So that's bigger than a 5.56.
It's sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. The projectile's a little bit bigger, but it's equivalent to a 5.56 or 223. The difference between a 223 and a 5.56, they're the same round. One is just hotter. There's more pressure in one.
But isn't the cartridge is smaller than a 223?
No, it's the same. You can shoot 5.56 out of 223, but you can't shoot 223 out of 5.56. So if your barrel is rated for a 5.56, you can only do 5.56. If your barrel's rated for 223, you can shoot 5.56. I forget something like that. But the pressures are different. So, the blackout will chamber, but it's a bigger projectile, so it'll light your barrel up too.
That makes sense.
Something like that. Yeah, but a 500 Smith and Wesson, 454 Casull, some of those silly rounds. Oh yeah, you probably take a deer.
You could be like Joe Rogan and just do bow hunting.
I would like to just try to hunt, period, to see if I could even do it.
I don't know if I have the patience that some of that takes to wait hours.
I don't know if I have the heart. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all talk a big game, we all talk blah blah blah, but some people. I mean, in an extreme situation, my family's hungry, etc.
I'd say if the shit hits the fan, you probably change your mind real quick.
That's yeah, shit hits the fan scenario. I'm not including in this, but right now today, somebody says, "Hey, we're going tomorrow morning. Pack up warm clothes, pack up a rifle or bow, or just pack up your shit. We got enough stuff." I don't know. I don't know if I could. Nobody thinks I could.
You might be able to. You might be surprised. I think it's
Maybe.
probably akin to like, if it were a vicious animal coming at you, you could probably do it without thinking twice. But because it's not menacing and scary,
Yeah.
that's probably why a lot of, because we're conditioned to think of those things as cute fuzzy deers, rabbits, whatever. You're basically treating them like a pet, and not a food source.
It's like Hoth outside jokes. Do better. No. It's getting Hoth out here, so put on way more clothes.
Good Lord, what? These are not the dad jokes you're looking for.
Oh God, I can't say that one.
Put it in WhatsApp. I'll say it. I got no shame. I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I'm playing with my buckyballs. The magnets.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that I didn't.
It's just like those little magnetic like freaking equivalent of a fidget spinner.
That's information I don't want to know. Let's see.
Heyo.
Sorry, I started going through my notes and then went. Oh, yeah, I got this. This is another one. Do you know that in Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka, Charlie, the kid, that won the golden ticket,
Yeah.
his father worked for a toothpaste company called Smilex.
Okay.
The Joker in Michael Keaton's Batman had a brand name. You know how he poisoned everything. His brand name was Smilex.
Oh.
Is this the same universe? Was Charlie's dad part of
I
the
was gonna say,
Joker
was
gang?
Charlie the Joker? Charlie's dad the Joker?
Was he the Joker? Food for thought, people. Anybody have any opinions, or am I just reaching here? I mean, Johnny Depp and Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Tim Burton directed Batman.
And Edward Scissorhands.
And so I mean, there's a connection there.
We went and saw that new Wonka film over the holiday because my daughter wanted to go see it. I actually liked it. I didn't know it was going to be basically a musical.
Okay.
And I didn't know that Timothy Chalamet could actually sing.
Who's Timothy Chalamet?
He's the guy that plays Wonka.
I gotta look this up. I'm sorry, people.
20-some-year-old kid. He's been in a couple other movies and stuff, but I think this was kind of like a big break for him because he was really good Wonka. I was shocked. The only thing I guess that was a little weird to me is Hugh Grant was the Oompa Loompa, which was odd, but it was a good film. I liked it. It's a different
Dune
take.
Part 2. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that they were doing a Dune. Yeah, new Dune. They did the preview for
Timothy
that.
Chalamet is in the new Dune. That's why I brought that up because I don't know.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was in the original Dune too. That's right.
Well, not the original.
The new.
He might have been a baby.
Yeah, the new Dune, like a couple years ago. That Dune.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything with this kid, so that's why I don't know who he is.
I think
he's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen The Mexican Invade, The Cannibal, Dune Part 3. Meryl Streep, the winner. I've never seen any of this.
Have you seen Look Up? Is it with
The one that's on
Leonardo
Netflix.
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Edgar
And Meryl Streep is in
Scissorhands.
that too, I think.
Lady Bird, Don't Look Up.
Don't Look
Rainy
Up.
Day in
That's
New
it.
York. Oh,
You should watch.
Interstellar. I never saw Interstellar. I wanted to, but I never saw it.
You should watch Don't Look Up. It's funny.
And you know what? He's actually a gamer nerd. He plays Call of Duty.
Okay.
If anybody cares.
No one cares.
So, all right, but that's really all I got.
Yeah.
Do the Japanese? What did the Japanese think of these goofy white girls that think they're waifu?
It's waifu.
Whatever.
I think they maybe they're,
or is that just showbiz?
Right. My Wi-Fi was struggling,
Wi-Fi.
so I moved it in. So I moved the router into the barn. Now I have stable Wi-Fi.
Oh my god. Oh, that's no. I like that. I like that one.
That took a long time to
get a delay there, Eric.
Yeah, that was a nasty little delay. You little moisty boy, you. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Don't forget about that.
So who's Corn Pop?
Biden was talking about a dude that when he grew up in Delaware. Let me have people have ever said. Red wine and root beer is called the nectar of the gods. From Parks and Rec.
Red wine and root beer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Andy and April. They drink it.
I'll have to try it sometime.
April Ludgate. Aubrey Plaza.
So, but that's all I got. Is there anything else you want to chat about?
No, I mean, aside from us playing with that stupid AI setup, that's hilarious, dude. I could not stop laughing.
That is just we're getting a little wrong.
Well,
BlackRock as a NFT.
What? I wouldn't bother.
I bet.
For those that are aware, I had set up Stable Diffusion, the image generator, on our Discord. Right now, it's just a couple of us that got access to it because I run it off my computer. But it's basically you're running it filterless, and I don't know, some of these image prompts these guys come up with is pretty bad.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's amazing to me, though. This podcast sponsored by Blue Pill Studios, man. That's what they do.
Yeah, Blue Pill. Yeah, I go to them for all my AI generated
my fake news.
All my fake news.
That's the whole fear that I think a lot of people have with AI is, especially with things like the images, the video, and now you got them doing audio. Where you could basically, deep fake anybody, and you're not going to know what's real.
Yeah, I did a thing of B. Arthur, like Goth B. Arthur.
Yeah,
and it
Goth
looked like
B. Arthur.
Cruella DeVille. Like it looked legit. It was crazy. I'll have to put it on our Discord.
And the funny thing is, so I played with it a little bit. So what you can do, and this is essentially what places like ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, their web version that you pay for if you want, aside from the free one, what they do is they take, like, let's say I take an image of Eric or an image of myself. I get a dozen, 2 dozen, 100 images of myself. I can train the AI and say, this is John. So anytime I do a prompt for John, it's always going to pick from those pictures first to come up with what it thinks John looks like. So if I feed it a bunch of pictures of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift together. I can come up with whatever the hell I want with them because it'll know who they are, and it'll randomly thing. So you know how like when you do crickets, I'm losing everybody here in my technical mumbo jumbo. When you do you go to sign into your bank or you sign into Amazon and they tell you, click on all the pictures of the motorcycle. You're basically training AI with that process because you click it.
I never thought of that.
Yep, they've been doing that for decades. It's they're essentially leveraging that data that everyone's been doing, to sign into your accounts to train the AI because they say, oh, Eric clicked all these and they're labeled a motorcycle. Now they know that. They'll feed that into ChatGPT and say, this is a motorcycle. And they're just keep training it over and over. Amazon did a thing a long time ago. It was called Amazon, and I think they might still be doing it, Mechanical Turk, where you could sign up and you could be basically part of this program for like 0.01 penny, 0.01 cent a thing. You would click a picture and say, this is a dog, this is a cat, this is a wheelchair. And that data then they're taking and feeding to the AI to train it. And they're using language models like the big one they take, books. There's one called Bookly, I think, and it's like 200,000 different novels and great works of art that they feed into it to know that you say, oh, I want to write this story in the form of Edgar Allan Poe. Well, it knows Edgar Allan Poe's works, so it's gonna write out in the way that he speaks or would write, and that's basically what it does. Oh, that's not right, Eric.
What?
What would you put in chat?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, that. I did not say that.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's so wrong.
That's not. Mm-mm. So, all right. Well, I think I should let Patty Milk get to sleep. So.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Cut it
I think I'm
short.
gonna call it an evening, everybody. Dan, it was always a pleasure. John, it's a pleasure. I'm sure I'll chat with you in our
AI chat.
in our AI chat and see what kind of absolutely
ludicrous stuff we can come up with.
Ludicrous stuff we can come up with. See who we can offend tonight.
Yep.
So
cool.
But all right, everybody, thank you.
Yep.
Always a pleasure.
Everybody's still here.
Have any questions, comments, concerns, responses? Drop it down in the bottom.
Yep.